Okay, so here I'm going to show how to disassemble and replace a screen on a MacBook A1370. So first what you gotta do is remove these screws. They're pentalobe 1.2 I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, 1.2 pentalobe screws. So you just remove all of these. So the two back ones in the middle are a little bit longer, so just keep that in mind. I like to keep my screws all in order using this magnetic box that I created. So yeah, just take all these screws out. This one, my customer brought me two of the same MacBooks. One had a motherboard issue, so they're just swapping the screens over. So I figured since I'm doing this twice, why not make a video? Okay. That. This one. Remove all those screws, pull up on the plate, there's a clip underneath so you'll hear it click. Once you do that, you always want to disconnect the battery first if possible. If you can't disconnect it while it's connected, you can remove the screws first. But disconnect that. Be careful with touching the motherboard on anything. Then hold the power button for a few seconds. That will drain any power in the capacitor so that way hopefully it won't fry anything. Alright, there you go. Once you do that, you can proceed to the next part, removing the battery. So remove that one, or just get another screwdriver. This one, you will need a T5. So that. And then remove the battery. The battery has 5 screws. There's one on each corner and one in the middle. So remove that. Oh, this one, the battery thing is broken, so this screw technically I didn't have to remove. Okay. So remove all 5. Once you've got all the batteries out, just lift up from one corner, take that out. Make sure lift it slowly so it doesn't get caught on anything. Sometimes they get caught on these. Then once you got that, you can take out the LCD connector. Just flip this up. I use my nails. You can use a tool or you can try and pull on that plastic. Then you just pull it back like that. There you go. And that's disconnected. Disconnect the Wi-Fi antennas. You just pull up on the back of the cable like this. Pull up on the back of it like that. Same thing with this one. Pull up on the back. There you go. If there's not enough room for you to pull up on the back, you could always use a tool and just pull it up like that. And then this cable you want to remove as well. You just use your nail or a little pry tool. Go underneath, pull on it like this. And it's hard to do this with one hand, but there you go. Another side, same thing. Just pry it off, and there you go. So you got that one. Make sure you put it back the same way. And then there's the keyboard and trackpad connector. You flip up the little latch here, and then you just pull this off. Wiggle it sideways, and it should come off. Oh, somebody's messaging me. Okay, and then once you get that, there's also these, what did I do with the needle? the speaker connectors. Speaker connectors are a little bit tricky to remove. What you want to do is you can get something under there, and then you kind of just pry up. Be careful, because this, if you put force in the wrong direction, you can actually break the little connectors out of this plastic piece. So do that, you get that out, and then there's another one on this side. So right here. So you do the same thing, put a little thing underneath it, and then just put a little leverage to pry it up. And then sometimes it helps to go on the other side once you get that side out. Pry it up, it'll come out like that. Okay, and once you got those out, you got the keyboard backlight connector here, so you want to remove that as well. Just get that. Oh, what did I do with the needle? I just used it. Okay, here we go. Once you get that, then you just use a little tool, pull on this one, like that. So you got all that, the antenna, and then there's the webcam cable here. And you just use your nails and pull on it. Usually I go like one side at a time, kind of wiggling it back and forth until it comes out. So it's hard to do this with one hand, but let me see if I can. Just pull on that. Man, it's tough to do this with one hand. But you can see the connector slightly coming out. Just keep pulling on it, a little bit at a time. I might have to put the phone down. Yeah, let me put the phone down. Let's see if I can do it like this or something. Okay, so usually I use 2 fingers, and then I can get a little more leverage to wiggle it. And then, there we go. So get that connector out, and then you get this microphone connector out. So same thing as the other, just lift the latch. Once you got the latch up, just get something under there, and then you can pull this out like that. Once you got that, now you got to remove all the screws, and there's also a connector for the fan. So remove the screws. There's one here. There's one up here. The Wi-Fi card you can leave in there. There's nothing under it. And then there's another one. You have to remove the SSD because the fan connector is under there. Remove this one up here. Remove the fan screws. There's three screws holding the fan in place. There's one there. One here. And there's one up here. So once you get all the fan screws out, first remove the SSD. Once you got the SSD out, same thing as the other one. There's flip up this little tab here. Grab this. Don't just yank on the fan because you might break the connector. Usually I try and grab from the connector here and then just wiggle it out. Got the fan. Now that the fan's out, this is easier to get to. You can take this connector out. So usually I use my nails and just pull on here. Yeah. So now this, you can remove the motherboard. What you do is you just lift it up from the corner. Make sure these rubber things stay there. I mean, they're not necessary, but if you plan to do anything or send it to Apple, you definitely would want it to be back the same way. So get that. Make sure no connectors are caught on the board. so pull it slowly. This one, the antenna got stuck in there, so make sure to just remove it from here. And then there you go. You got the motherboard or logic board out. And then you got one more screw on this one. So you gotta remove this screw here. After you do that, you should be able to remove this. Make sure no connectors are stuck in it, like the other one. And then you just wiggle it out. Yep. Once you do that, to remove the screen, there's 4 screws. And then the antenna, it's held in place with these little tabs. You don't need these tabs when you put it back together. They make it extremely difficult to do because they slide it underneath this metal piece here. So don't worry about putting these back when you're done. Usually people just cut them off. So yeah, so just peel these up. Why is it peeling also the keyboard backlight? But yeah, just peel these off. Normally it doesn't peel that backlight, so I'll probably end up taping those pieces back on. Yeah. Probably just tape them back on without the antenna cable in place, just so it has that. So just peel all these up. The other one I didn't have that issue. Let's see, it's all intact. That's so strange. But yeah, I guess I'll cut these tabs off and then put it back just so it can have that. So you just peel all of these up. Once you do that, you can pull the antenna. You'll see like these plastic things will come out of the slots. So you just do that, pull it all out. They added some extra tape on this one, so you'll have to peel all of this tape. I'll peel all of that out. Pull this one out. Pull these all out. There you go. Now you have the wireless antenna loose. This I'll have to put back with some new stuff. Then you have to use one of these. This is a T8. It's used to remove the LCD. Usually what I like to do is I'll loosen them first a little bit. Once you loosen it, open the screen to about 90 degrees or more, and then just remove the screws. So this makes it easier to remove the screen later because the hinges, they'll get caught on the shell if you don't. So just remove all of these. And once you got all 4 screws out, this should just lift out like that. And then to put the new screen, you just repeat the process. Then if you have this stuff coming out, just put back as much of the plastic as you can and then put some tape over it. It won't really affect the computer even if you left it like this, but it's always nice to kind of make it as close to the way it was before as possible. This computer was crashing more, so it's not as important, but this plastic underneath is the one that actually helps with the backlight, so this one is more just there. I think it's supposed to stop liquid, but it's never helped. It always lets liquid through. So if you wanted to replace this cable, if you damage it or something, there's a little tab here, same as the other one. Just pull it out after. I'm going to leave it since I don't need to replace it. And then there's an adhesive here. So when you put these cables back, make sure have the tab up, put the thing back in, and then slide, close that back down. But there's some adhesive here. It's not needed when you replace it, but just so when you peel it up, just so you know. And then the keyboard one is a little more tricky because they like put some adhesive. What I do is I bend it like this so that there's a little gap. There's a latch under there just like these where you have to flip it up like that. And then after you get that out, you can wiggle this and slide it out. And then same thing, you just put it back. And then to get it in place, you push this because it'll be curled. Push that, it'll make the cable go back in. And then you just put the latch back down. And that's pretty much it. These are held in with adhesive, so if your speaker's doing something weird, you just pry them out and then put the new ones on back in its place. And that's pretty much it. Reverse the process to get it all back together, and you'll be good to go.